So let's hop into today's video. One of the first things that I've been preaching a lot lately is that you gotta get pre-approved. That's one of the first and most important things about the entire home buying process. Now, a lot of people in the industry throw the word around, you need to get pre-qual or a pre-approval. And I think it's used pretty loosely. But there actually is a difference between the two. Now, a pre-qualification is basically a lender can take a phone app, or you can fill some information out online, and basically they could give you a ballpark and let you know if you can qualify to purchase a home. Now, some of you might like that route because it's less invasive, right? You're not asking for any paperwork or anything like that, like taxes and everything, and you just want an idea of, can I purchase a home? Now, if you're that far out and you're not ready, or you're not that serious about buying yet, that might be the route for you, because maybe you don't have all your paperwork ready and you just, maybe you're in a lease for another year, but I want to know where I stand. You could definitely go that route. I personally don't advise the pre-qual only because nothing's verified, right? You as a potential buyer, if this is your first time buying a house, or maybe you've bought a house but it's been 5 or 10 years, things change in this mortgage industry. They change all the time. And if this is your first time, you don't even know what we're looking for. So if you're giving information to a lender over the phone and you think you're misinterpreting things, like I get this all the time. I ask somebody what their gross income is. People don't know the difference between gross and net. Gross is before taxes, net is after taxes. So simple things like that you could give the loan officer wrong information, that now this pre-qual that they're doing for you is going to be wrong. Again, garbage in, garbage out. So pre-quals to me, it's kind of worthless. There's no point in even doing a pre-qual, only because it's very vague. And at the end of the day, the lender is only going to go so far, and he's only going to get so much information from you that he can tell you, yeah, you know what, you can go buy a house today. You could qualify for $300,000, but he hasn't verified anything. Now, some of you actually take that information and start shopping for a house. Big mistake, guys. You're shopping without anything being verified. And I know some of you might say, well, I've got great credit, Sean, and I make great money. And you know what? You very well may do. But lending guidelines have changed, especially because of COVID over the last year. Things are a little more difficult, and we need to make sure that you qualify. Now, I've had clients that have had great credit scores. I've had clients that make great money. And you know what? They don't qualify for mortgages. Yeah, you could have an 800 credit score and still not qualify for a loan. You could make several $100,000s a year and still not qualify for a loan. I have a client that he had multiple rental properties. And guess what? He doesn't qualify for a mortgage. So there's a lot of things that a lender could look at that you, as a home buyer, if you're not a CPA or you're not really educated on your tax returns, especially if they are a little complicated, if you have a couple of schedules, if you got some rental property, maybe you've got some 1099 income, or maybe you've got a self-employed business or anything, there's so many things that we look at that you are not going to be aware of, and it's not necessarily your fault or your CPA's fault because they're doing everything they can to protect you from Uncle Sam. However, in mortgage lending, it kind of works against you. So to me, a pre-qual, worthless, has no value. It's all just hopes and dreams. Now, if you're serious about buying a house, the pre-approval route is the way to go. We're going to do your application. We're going to ask you to provide us your taxes, your pay stubs, your W-2s, your 1099 statements, your bank statements. We are going to verify everything to make sure that you do qualify for the mortgage. Now, some of you might say, well, I don't want to give you all that stuff. And what if it's hard for me to get my taxes? I haven't, dug them up in a few years. I don't know where they are. Guys, if you're serious about buying a house, that's the stuff that you need to get to. Now, there are advantages to working with lenders like ourselves, where we use a lot of digital technology to maybe verify some of this information. So, maybe if it's hard for you to get to it, maybe find a lender who has more of a digital platform that could potentially verify your income and your assets online. Now, some of you are still doing things the old school way, right? And if that's the case, and that's the lender you're working with, you gotta go get your taxes. You gotta go get your pay stubs. We need that stuff. Guys, you're buying a house, right? You are asking somebody to loan you hundreds of thousands of dollars and you don't wanna provide information. I don't think you would lend money to a family member or somebody else if they were saying, hey, I wanna borrow 10 grand and you don't even know these guys from Adam. You'd wanna know, do they qualify? Can they pay you back? Just like in mortgage lending, guys, we are here to make sure that not only do we qualify you for a loan, but you can actually pay for this loan, because we don't want to have foreclosures again. Because look at what happened back in 2006 and 7. It caused a huge problem, not only in the real estate market, but the entire country. So getting pre-approved, in my opinion, is the way to go. Pre-qual, not going to help you in any which way or form. Pre-approval, yes. We're going to cross the T's, dot the I's, give you loan options, give you scenarios to look at if you're purchasing, if you're an investor, or you're buying a second home. Different ways that we can structure your financing that might work better for you than just throwing some stuff against the wall, hoping it sticks, and then you can purchase a property. Now, there's a lot of lenders out there that they do the pre-qual. And you know what? That works for some people. But I can tell you what, I probably get a handful of deals every single month from other lenders that fall apart, and now these buyers are frantically trying to find somebody else that can save the deal. So if you want your home buying experience to be peaceful and not as stressful, you definitely want to go the pre-approval route. Get with a lender that's going to walk you through the process, give them all the information that they need so they can do their job, because that's going to be the most important part. Once you get past the pre-approval stage, guys, it's all fun and games. Now you can start looking for a home. You can start thinking about maybe renovating the kitchen, the bathroom, or the kids picking out their bedrooms. That's all the fun stuff. You got to do all the hard work up front, especially in this market. Homes are selling quick. And if you aren't ready with your pre-approval letter to submit an offer, you're not ready to buy a house. You're just wasting time. So if you're watching this, and you're still unsure of where you stand, I would highly suggest talking with a lender, getting pre-approved, so you know exactly what your buying power is. Now, let's say buying a house is still, you're unsure if you want to do it yet. Maybe do the pre-qual, maybe go that route, right? And just kind of see, put your toes in the water. Is this even something I want to look at? But if you know this is what you want to do, pre-approval is the way to go. Again, it's going to show that you're serious to your real estate agent. Once you get that pre-approval letter, it tells the seller that you're a serious buyer. And in today's market, guys, you've got to be serious, because homes are selling as soon as they get listed. You're getting multiple offers. They're selling definitely within a couple of days. So you don't want to miss the opportunity if you come across your dream home by not being prepared up front. So I hope this video helped you understand the difference between the pre-qual and the pre-approval. Again, they get thrown around in the industry pretty loosely, but just know that the pre-approval is more solidified, it's more verified, and to me, it holds more weight. But you can get a lot of people that will still do a pre-qual and think it's the same thing. So if you're serious about buying and it's on your list of things to accomplish, go the pre-approval route. And if you ever need a second opinion, you can always run that by us. We're here to make sure that you guys get a fair shake on your home loan and with your home financing. So if you enjoyed this video, share this with your friends. I appreciate all your love. And if you guys got specific questions, comment below. Send me a message, send me a text. I'd be happy to answer them for you. And as always, I will see you on the next one.